The Joe Rogan Experience.
She had the COVID. She had it. She got it over it. She kicked it.
I'm surprised more comics didn't get it the way we're shaking hands and meeting people after shows. Yeah. I got tested. My wife had the kids, so we had to get tested, so
You're clean?
Yeah.
Big Jay Okerson got it. He had it, and he's clean.
It feels weird to be talking about people that have it.
Yeah. I know a lot of people that got it.
Yeah.
I know about 9.
You're like naming names like Joe McCarthy over there.
Well, they're fine now.
Well, I like people who've had it now because they have the antibodies. They think they can like walk on fire. It's like, dude, this thing is a brand new thing. I don't know if you want to be testing. You know, I got a buddy of mine ended up getting it, and then he was just like, "Oh, I got tested. I got the antibodies." So now I think he feels like he's bulletproof. So
they don't even know if you can catch it again. They don't. They really have no idea.
Well, people are going to find out.
Yeah, we're going to find out.
Yeah, because when I was driving over here, I actually got into a moderate level of traffic on the highway. Like I've noticed it's just at some point, I mean, considering people are just kind of doing what they want to do, and a lot of people were. After 2 weeks, everyone just sort of, depending on where your ego was, like, you're not going to fucking tell me. This is all fucking something. I'm going to go outside. Those people, they just kept it going. So now I just feel like, well, you can't have 60% of the population go broke because less than 1% has something.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think we're just going to just go back. I think we're just going to go back. And if you get it, you get it. And if you die, you die. And if you don't, you don't. And then eventually they're going to get something that'll slow it down or stop it or something like
Here's
that.
what slows it down. Your fucking immune system. They don't tell you a goddamn thing about that. They don't tell you how to take care of your immune system. There's no word about that. It's put a mask on, wash your hands. No one's telling you sleep more, drink water, take vitamins. There's none of that.
Yeah, and I know this one guy who brought up vitamin D on his big podcast, and then you couldn't find it anymore. Dude, you're like fucking Oprah when she attacked the meat industry. I just saw a clip. Oh, this guy on Rogan. Of course, I didn't even research who the guy was. It was just like, take vitamin D.
A
woman. That's how much I pay attention. And then I go to the fucking health food store. It's all gone. And there was some of this bootleg vitamin D. It was like vitamin D plus. I'm like, what is that? What is that? I know that probably going to make me catch it. So I just take vitamin C and I try to get 8 hours sleep. And I've been doing a pretty good job of. I'm pretty antisocial, like a lot of comics. So I haven't had a problem.
Keeping away from everybody?
My wife,
for you?
I quarantine in my house. Like my wife's like, you guys going to sit down and have dinner with us? I'm always over in the corner. If I'm alone, no one can hurt me. Just leftover childhood shit. Just coming from a family of loners. So,
do you feel weird not doing stand-up? What has that been like?
I did not miss it at all.
Really?
But I think that whenever there's something like painful in my life, I think that's what I do is I just go, I don't care. I don't give a fuck. It's all, I really learned a lot more about myself during this quiet time of not running around and going to airports and kind of sitting with myself and being like, wow, I thought I was way further down the road working on myself than I was, but I have a lot of fucking childhood issues left over. I was like, what? Like I really started, like all these puzzle pieces just started coming in, and I was able to look all the way back where I was to where I am now and how I got here, and these little fucking things that happened to me. You know, good things and bad that just sort of just knocked me down this road that I'm on. It was
just sitting alone with alone time?
Yeah, well, you know, my wife was going through, you know, the third trimester, when they're just over it and you're like, oh God, there's 6 weeks to go. I'm ready to have it now. You're like, oh no. I'd finally, get my daughter to bed, get her to bed. Everything was good. Made sure all the doors were locked. And then I was just sort of like, why, all these years of doing stand-up, I'm just up at that hour.
Right.
So I was just sort of, sitting kind of by myself. Like
I'm worried about a second wave of the corona. I'm worried about them locking things down. Someone's got to step in and stop them from doing that. Next wave, you guys got to be proactive. You got to do something about people's immune systems. You got to lock down old people and sick people. Let regular people do whatever the fuck they want. You can't just lock people's freedom down for something that killed a small fraction of what you thought it was going to kill. The whole thing it's just fucking creepy to have guys like Mayor Garcetti be in charge of telling people whether or not they get to work. Like, that's not what a governor is supposed to be. That's not what a mayor is supposed to be.
They're trying to look out for your best interests and trying to get 400 million people to all pull in the same direction. It's fucking. You can't get 40 comics to pull in the same direction. So
But they
like
did.
they have like an impossible. They did and they didn't. There was people fucking right the whole fucking time. There's been fucking assholes on my street walking around no masks. You know, not quarantining like the people that come by the houses. You see the fucking, you know, the same people that were going in and out of the house who are not part of their family still going in and out of the house.
You want people to walk down the street with a mask on?
Let's not start this, Joe.
Do you, though?
Let's not start this. Okay.
Let's start it.
I don't want to start this bullshit. I'm not going to sit here with no medical degree, listening to you with no medical degree, with an American flag behind you, smoking a cigar, acting like we know what's up better than the CDC. All I do is I watch the news once every 2 weeks. I'm like, mask or no mask? Still mask? All right, mask. That's all I give a fuck about. I don't care.
But even they say you shouldn't wear a mask unless you're treating a coronavirus patient. The World Health Organization.
Yeah, but they didn't say
literally
that initially. They didn't say it initially.
No, they didn't.
They did, and then it gradually, and then wait, and then everybody wore the fucking masks. This is like rollerblading. Everybody fucking rollerbladed, and then there was that one fucking homophobic joke, and then everybody acted like they never did it. And then 100 million fucking rollerblades got thrown into the fucking ocean. We all wore masks, and then all of a sudden, people are fucking sitting there. What? You don't have the body type for it, dude. Your fucking knuckles would scrape on the ground, even with that extra 2 inches. I just love how wearing a mask became like this fucking like soft thing that you were doing, like being
it's for
courteous.
bitches.
Being courteous. Why is it for bitches? That was so
You're wearing a
stupid.
mask. First of all, it's
Oh
not,
God, you're so tough with your fucking open nose and throat. Gee, Joe, and your 5 o'clock shadow. This is a man right here. A man doesn't wear a mask. Why does it always become like that? It's always like the man
it's just
versus
what men
the
do.
bitch.
It's what men do. We make fun of things. Anything that seems like you're not taking chances. Right? That's what
I don't
the
have
mask
a problem with that unless you were already wearing the mask and then you're acting like you didn't. And then all of a sudden people watch your thing and then they all pile on, oh, look at this bitch wearing the mask. It's like, you were fucking doing it 2 weeks ago.
Well, I was scared out of my mind in the beginning. In the beginning, like when when everybody's shutting down in the beginning and people are stockpiling food, I was convinced. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Dude, you have like 9
gonna
elk
die.
in your basement. You were the one person I knew was fine. Tom Papa's making
I've
bread.
got plenty of food.
I knew he
That's
was
not
fine.
what I was worried about. I was worried about people I knew getting really sick and dying. And then I was convinced that I had it. At one point in time, I was like, God, I do feel like I'm breathing heavy. I felt like my breath is my breath is coming short. I did. I had like psychosomatic
Now
issues
who's the bitch,
thinking about
Joe?
it.
Now
I got
who's
over
the
it though.
bitch?
I got over it.
Guy had a fucking panic attack sitting on fucking 12 elk. You had a fucking panic attack.
in
and
the
then,
sauna.
And then you felt bad about yourself, and then you attack people with masks. That's how it works. And that's how the hatred starts. And that's right now why 7 blocks to Seattle, you can't go now and get yourself.
I'm gonna go and I'm gonna drop off free food for those folks, those fine protesters.
Joe, there's a major American city where 7 blocks, the people have took over it, and I had no idea what you were talking about. So just
great.
anything that I say, I don't watch it
I envy you.
at all.